The exchanging of marriage vows that we are about to witness is the beginning of one of God's most treasured plans for humanity. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, the Bible says that for this reason, a man shall leave his father and his mother and be joined together with his wife, and the two shall become one. To be joined together is a picture of two vines intertwining, growing toward the sun, being supported by a tree. God saying that He is that tree, and that as you all together grow in Him, you will get closer and closer together. Zack, who knew that someone could be so perfectly created for you? And Emily, who knew that you could discover what real love really was after all these years? Who knew that in the uncertainty of a pandemic that God would make something very certain to you? Zack and Emily, who knew that spending so much time talking about real life, God, values, family, and so much more would solidify your desire to marry one another? And Zack, who knew that a proposal could take so much planning? Do you really believe that Emily would buy this story about the Christmas photos at the Houstonian? That's the question we want to know. And Zack, who knew that even with all the planning, all the writing, all the praying that you did when you got on your knees, that you wouldn't be able to get all those words out because you'd be overwhelmed by what you feel and believe and desire for this lady. Who knew that in the midst of all of that your heart would be stirred even more for this man that's standing beside you right now? Who knew that one moment, even that moment, was in more than 3 years in the making? Who knew? And I would just say that God, and God alone, knew that from your very first text, God saw and God knew. Zack, if you would repeat after me, I, Zack, take you, Emily, to be my wife. And I promise before God, and these witnesses, to be your faithful husband, to love you and to serve you, as Christ commands, in joy and in sorrow, in sickness and in health, as long as we both shall live. This is my solemn vow. Before God and in the presence of your friends and family, you've made your solemn vows to one another. You have confirmed these promises by the giving and receiving of rings. Therefore, according to the ordinance of God and the laws of the great state of Texas, I proclaim that you are officially now husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.